What do you think about the idea that altcoins are down because Polymarket is more attractive for gambling? Maybe people have moved on as it happened before with NFTs. Yes, potentially, right? So Polymarket tends to be the only real thing in crypto that's currently growing. It's a relatively inefficient market. Actually, we can make a lot of money with Polymarket. We bet, for example, on something last year, whether or not Satoshi Nakamoto was to move his Bitcoin, right? The creator of Bitcoin, we don't know who that person is, hasn't moved the Bitcoin for the last, since the creation basically. And there was this bet on Polymarket, will Satoshi Nakamoto move the Bitcoin? And we bought no, and we got roughly 5-6% over the course of 1.5 months or so. That was annualized roughly 30%. So we got basically 30% annualized risk-free with that bet that Satoshi Nakamoto will not move the Bitcoin. If Satoshi Nakamoto was to move the Bitcoin, then of course the whole crypto space was to crash. But 30% APY for that kind of bet, I think, was close to risk-free. And yeah, there are inefficiencies in Polymarket for sure. There's probably also arbitrage opportunities for other competing markets with similar kinds of bets, where you can then see is there some mispricing and you can go long, or you can bet on yes on one platform, bet on no on another platform, and then get some money with that. I think the guys of Across the Rubicon, they are focusing on this quite a bit now. They used to focus on influencer trading, as our channel did during the bull market, right? We simply track the influencers. We try to figure out what are they buying before they make videos. During a bull market, this is a good strategy. During a bear market, it's a terrible strategy. And so they moved over to Polymarket arbitrage, which is good for small amounts. But once you move bigger amounts, once you move hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars in crypto, Polymarket doesn't have enough inefficiency. It's good for small amounts. If you've got just a few $1,000s, you can grow this very quickly with comparatively little risk on Polymarket. But if your amounts are larger, really in order to make money on Polymarket, you need to have some kind of insider knowledge. And that's probably one of the reasons why it doesn't get shut down, right? The politicians that do have insider knowledge about certain events, they can monetize based on Polymarket. And it's a gray area whether or not that kind of insider trading is actually legal or illegal, right? Nobody ever got any consequences from trading based on knowledge on Polymarket. So that's why I think a Polymarket is actually relatively efficient in its pricing as well, because the insiders are still making money from it. But yeah, the altcoins might be less attractive right now because there's so much going on in Polymarket.